Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutz and welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite potato dishes from Hungary. It's a classic, Rakott Krumpli. The translation, layered potatoes. That simple. It's very few ingredients. Traditionally, they don't do much to modify it. I'm gonna show you the traditional version, but over the years I've done several different things. I would add onions, I would add different meats, maybe bacon instead of the kolbasz, or any other type of smoked meat, duck confit even, whatever. But we're gonna do the traditional. So join me now as I show you how easy this dish is and how flavorful. Well, first things first, let's get our potatoes cooking in salted water. I prefer cooking mine with the skin on. It does a couple things. One, it's gonna help lock in a little more of the nutrients into the potato. Two, it's also gonna help the flesh stay a little less waterlogged, because if you happen to peel the potato and overcook your potato, it just comes out, the texture is really nasty. So this is a good way to do that. We're also, at the same time, we're going to put our eggs into the boiling water. Always when hard boiling eggs, always bring the water to a boil first, and then don't lose the boil, and then you set your timer for 12 minutes, and then and chill the eggs immediately. Well, now we're gonna check on our potatoes to see how they are. They should go through with very little resistance. This one here has a little bit, but the ones down at the bottom, almost ready. So we're gonna give it 2 more minutes. Once the doneness is ready, we're gonna remove it to a sheet pan lined with a wire rack, and we're gonna set it somewhere to cool down to room temperature, or at least cold enough to where you can handle it with your hands without burning yourself. So now for our assembly, what I like to do is, I'm gonna do mine in a Dutch oven. Feel free to use whatever casserole dish or whatever you like, actually. So what I'll do is I will grease mine a little bit. I'm using Mongolica fat. So either use that or butter. This is gonna do a couple things for us. One, flavor, of course. It's also gonna help protect the potato from sticking at the bottom. And with this little bit of fat on here, it's actually gonna kind of give a little bit of a crust to the base. Therefore, it's gonna add a little more texture to your dish. So now that we got that done, that's now what I'll do is I was always salt it a little bit. Pepper. We will now take our potatoes and then start shingling it in a circular, or the shape of the pan, depending on what you're using, and just overlap them by, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch or so, roughly 6 millimeters, 10 millimeters, whatever. And continue until you completely cover the entire bottom. Okay, now that we got the first row of potatoes done, let's go ahead and salt and pepper a little bit. Let's add our eggs. Next, the kolbasz, or bacon, or whatever meat you decide to use. Homemade kolbasz is the best. And now what I have is a little bit of sour cream. And I added a little water to it. Now in America, the sour cream is seems to be a lot thicker than it is in Hungary. And ironically, the cottage cheese in America seems a lot more watery than in Hungary. So now I'm going to drizzle a little of the sour cream over the top. Everywhere. Okay. Now we start all over again with our potatoes and continue filling the dish. Right. Now our final layer is potato. Oh, found a piece here. I'll take it. So now I press mine down just a little bit, just to make sure everything snug. There we go. Now let's season it one final time with a little salt, pepper. Now we will put the cover on it and place it into the preheated oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 30 to 40 minutes. We just want to heat it through, and then after that point, we're going to take it out, and we got one more step. Well, here we are out of the oven after our 40 minute bake. Let's go ahead and remove our lid. Now what you want to do is we're going to take our sour cream, and on this one I did not mix any water with it because this is the top layer and we just want to kind of smooth it around everywhere. All right. Now we'll top it with cheese. Traditionally, they'll use a Trappist cheese. I have not seen it in America. It's not to say that we can't find it. However, a good substitution would be something like Muenster, Monterey Jack. A nice cheddar works too if you want, you know, an aged cheddar, give you a little more flavor, a little more bite. That works fantastic for it. So now, go ahead and spread this around. We're going to go ahead and put this back to the oven and bake it until we get a nice golden color. Well, there you have Rakott Krumpli. Very simple dish. There were many things that I like to do to it. You know, I add caraway seed to it, add ground paprika, you know, whatever. You can do what you like with it. In my opinion, it's a little bit of a plain dish, but the thing of it is, if you have a very good Gyulai Kolbasz or homemade Kolbasz, that's going to showcase that, and that's really going to bring out the flavor. So the whole dish is designed about the smoked meat that goes into it, in my opinion. My wife's family, they love to eat it in the springtime. They will take fresh leaves of butter lettuce and have it in like a little brine with water, vinegar, salt, and sugar, and just kind of dip the leaves into it and eat it as a side with the Rakott Krumpli. Which I get it, because this is a very rich dish. You have potatoes, you have fat, you have the egg, and also you got the sour cream and the cheese. Oh baby, it's a really good dish. Smells incredible. Give it a shot, all you non-Hungarians. I have a feeling you're really going to enjoy it and might become a staple in your home. Thank you for joining. You have fun.